Bethlehem, this is Pastor Paul. This past Sunday, Dan Mueller gave the message for us, and he focused on our need for Jesus. And he brought up a few different passages to reflect on. One being Ephesians chapter 6, and the reality that we are under attack. And in order to stand firm, as Paul writes there in Romans 6, we need to put on the full armor of God, the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the shoes of the gospel of peace, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the word of God. Those are the ways that we protect us. Those are the ways that we stand strong against the attacks of the enemy. He also reminded us of Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 through 4, where we see that there's this great cloud of witnesses, these men and women of faith who have gone before us, who stand there and tell us our testimonies of the fact that we can be faithful to God no matter what we go through, whether in good times or bad times, whether God delivers us or not, that we can remain faithful to God, to his plan, to what he is doing. And that in order to do that, we have to keep our eyes on Jesus, the one who endured the cross, because he understood the joy that was coming on the other side. He understood what it took. And so we can remain courageous. We can stand firm because of our eyes being on Jesus. And so in order for us to remain in Jesus, we have to abide in him. We have to abide in him. John chapter 15, verses 1 through 4, that Jesus is the vine and we are the branches. And if we're going to bear fruit, we have to abide in Jesus. And we need to create in our lives those disciplines, those habits that allow us to rest, to find our life in Jesus. And that's why things like prayer and Bible reading and Bible study and meditation and fasting and serving and giving and worshiping, those are all important elements of abiding in Jesus. Taking our eyes off ourselves, off the circumstances of our world, and putting them on Jesus. So remember, here's the bottom line for us to remember, is that, and this is what Jesus says in John chapter 10, verse 10, the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but I have come so that you may have life in its fullness. And that's what we're seeking. We find our life in Jesus. I also want to remind us that we have our society meeting coming up very soon, May 23rd. Our nominating committee is going to be calling each and every one of our members, those who are eligible to serve, and just to see where you are and your willingness to serve. And remember, serving doesn't have to happen on one of our boards or on one of our committees or in some leadership position. There are ways for you to serve, for you to be part of our ministry of what we are doing to make disciples in this world. So first of all, you can be praying for us, praying for Bethlehem, praying for opportunities, praying for people to come, praying for workers to come and join us. So be in prayer for that. You can also find ways to support us through giving, through maybe sitting in on one of our planning meetings and giving your wisdom, your insight as well. So, or finding ways to join in our ministry as we seek to do some new things with this summer. And so be on the lookout and keep your ears open for ways you can serve and the ways that you can support us here at Bethlehem. So when the nominating team gives you a call this week, next week, be prepared to give them an answer. Give it some thought, give it some prayer, and be willing to serve and help us here at Bethlehem as we seek to make disciples. Hey, thank you for being part of Bethlehem. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your prayers. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you on Sunday. Again, Dan will be bringing the second part of his message. And it's going to be talking about the light and the darkness. And so hope you can be there. Join us online too, and have a great rest of the week, and God bless.